Good evening, Cape Town. Thank you all for being there tonight at the Artscape Theatre to commemorate Abdullah Ebrahim, his life, his music, his legacy, his dedication to humanity. I'm with you all in my thoughts and very grateful. Our brother with perfect timing, all the way to his last months, weeks and days. We are so grateful to the Cape Town International Jazz Festival. Abdullah was able to come one more time back to his beloved mother and fatherland. He could give one more concert, and this concert was so special and important for him and for all of us. His body was already weakened, but his mind and spirit were strong. Monday, the 1st of June, he became weaker and needed medical attention. 2 weeks of cold, rainy weather followed. Monday, the 15th of June in the morning, Abdullah peacefully, in dignity passed, and the sun shined again bright in the sky. His spirit was clear and beautiful. With his family, his dearest friends and musicians, and his homeland in his heart. And alone, and without its nest, must the eagle fly across the sun. The 16th of June, the day after the celebration of Youth Day in South Africa, Abdullah was very fond of our young generations, almost as he wanted to pass on the torch to our youngsters. Monday, the 22nd of June, a funeral and janaza were held in the little German town where we lived, in the sky a hot African sun. And today, Monday again, we celebrate his life. In all the years I had the immense privilege to know Abdullah and share a part of his path, I promise you, there was not one day that he was not with his mind and heart in South Africa and its people. He knew everything, what was happening in Cape Town, South Africa, and all around the world. Abdullah was not only a man of perfect timing. He never stopped to read, to study, to perfect himself, his art. He was indeed a master, admitting I don't know anything. All his life was a continuous learning process. He continued evolving, changing, and never becoming tired. He was a master of Budo with a deep relationship over 60 years with his Budo master in Japan. Discipline, manner, training is the first step. He was a master of detail, not only in his music. It is this detail, this patience for detail that opens the door to new dimensions and overcomes boundaries. And he was a rebel, a fighter. He never did what he was told. He did what felt right. He was a highly spiritual person who fought the battle within himself to be able to transcend. His music reflects his continuous determined commitment and learning process. Every single note was played with absolute sincerity, resonating so deeply. One can hear not alone his beautiful, touching lines and melodies, harmonies and rhythms, but also his involvement and understanding of history, culture, and people of South Africa, and far beyond. South Africa, beloved mother and fatherland, and so many other countries around this world. He was a master in understanding interconnections, the thread that is holding us together, people coming from different cultures and nations. He spoke, as Abdullah once said, to our common denominator, our humanity. He was a master of language, storytelling, of the music language, and a master of silence, stillness, this empty space between notes, stillness, the language of truth. His music does not only bring joy, but becomes healing. Abdullah, when he played, when he spoke, the way he engaged never followed a line, a straight path. Spiral was his mode journey. He took us on a long spiral journey, African storytelling, overcoming time and space, teaching us to listen, respect, manner, patience, sincerity, commitment, resilience, leading us to new questions and new answers, discovering new treasures on the way, a little closer to ourselves. There is only one language, truth, and there is but one sound. Abdullah's music, his spirit, his mind, will inspire many more generations to come. With my heart, I'm with you all tonight in the audience. Thank you so much for gathering. Thank you for remembering him. Thank you for playing his music. May we all keep moving forward, following truth and inspiration. There is no past, there is no future, only now. Water from an ancient well. Thank you all.
It's like a melting pot of all these different cultures. You have the Hoi San people, you have Malaysian, the Cape Muslims, you have Xhosa, Indian, Chinese. There's a cross-fertilization of all different musics as well. You have like, in New Year, you have the minstrels with the New Year carnival. Around Christmas time, you have Christmas choirs, strings, violins, cellos, saxophones. And there you have troops, about 200-300 people to a troop, and about 20 to 50 different troops all competing at the stadium. And what they do is like we use the basic Christian hymns, but they put a Cape Town beat under it, right? So here is this is our little town of Bethlehem, so that so they will play like we have to get this revolution done and finished. Requires a lot of practice. Sometimes it's a painful and lonely process, which you have to accept. And it all depends also, for example, why are you really doing it? So all the great jazz players, this is where they 3 years and years of practice. Just in practice, they reach that point. But it's not something that you created, something that is hidden there anyway. And through your practice, this is revealed. And what is actually revealed is your real inner self. And then you understand your destiny, and you have no conflict with the universe, or conflict with others. understanding that destiny is the driving force in your life.
Blues for District 6. Early one New Year's morning, when the Emerald Bay waved its clear waters against the noisy dockyard, a restless southeaster skipped over slumbering Lion's Head, danced up Hanover Street, tenored a bawdy banjo, strung an ancient cello, bridged a host of guitars, tambourine through the dingy alley into a scented cobwebbed room, and crackled the Sixth Sense district into a blazing swamp fire of satin sound. Early one New Year's morning, when the moaning bay mourned its murky waters against the deserted dockyard, a bloodthirsty southeaster roared over hungry Lion's Head and ghosted its way up Hanover Street, empty, forlorn, and cobwebbed with gloom, where loneliness still waters and morning breaks the city's sun and smoke, and towering grey the buildings murmur, grim subway rumbling in their roots. I scan the vacant faces and sad smiles and long for home. Here loneliness's still waters meet nostalgia, and morning breaks the city's sun and smoke, and towering grey the buildings murmur, grim subway rumbling in their roots. I scan the vacant faces and sad smiles and long for home. Abdullah Ebrahim, Cape Town, the 70s.
The rain clouds gather from the steaming hope of loving hearts. Beat, drum, drum, drum. Too long the tongue has tried, nay, dried. The patient desert waits. See the bodies fall like raindrops. Nurture, love, dust, deep root intention. Now unveil. The Karoo desert blooms again. Joyous comes the golden flowers, the purple shrubs, and sunset green. What shall quench our burning thirst? Let me drink. Let me drink. Let me drink from thee, oh beautiful Africa. Forever his perpetual wisdom, succulent sustenance sustains my soul. Water, water, water from an ancient well. Oh, beautiful Africa, that's where I'll always dwell. Water, water, water from an ancient well. It's a state of high, state of spiritual high. Now when musicians have to deal with this industrial society with iron and steel, it's very hard. The physical high, if you want to get high, you jump. And you must come down. The spiritual high can only be obtained through spiritual means. Now, in order to maintain that constant high, the only way out to maintain your sanity and your health is that you must be completely composed and let yourself become the vessel of the Almighty.
The vow that you're after, I'll never run far from home. The vow that you're after, come tears or come laughter, I'll never run far from Cape Town.
I put it together as director. However, I was actually playing Travigon with musicians who wanted to take their turns to be on stage, and gathered very loosely 4 seasons of his life, starting with District 6 and many films from melting Cape Town, and then traveling overseas and being exposed to the continent. And then returning, happy to return, how we enjoy freedom. Something that totally because he was there telling our stories and taking us African story from the locals crossing out and then sharing knowledge, music, and stories with fellow musicians and the youth of South Africa. And we were just saying, thank you, Abdullah. Your music, your stories and spirit will forever be in our hearts.
The show.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
Abdullah Ebrahim's music is very challenging in the sense that it is quite specific, but a lot of us on that stage, we've grown up with Abdullah Ebrahim as a soundtrack of our music over the years. We've traveled abroad and many people know his music, and we always, incorporate some of his music in our repertoire. Abdullah Ebrahim was not just a South African great, he was a jazz great. He had the accolade of being an NEA jazz master, which for many jazz musicians in the world is the highest honor that can be bestowed upon a jazz musician who dedicated his life to this art form. We are all very privileged to have done this concert and, and celebrate his music.
You end off with Manenberg. Why and what is so significant and special about that song?
Manenberg, we ended off the show with Manenberg, is considered by many, of previous generation as the second national anthem of South Africa. It was a song that, associated with the struggle to liberation in South Africa, fight against apartheid. Like I said, it was an unofficial national anthem, considered to be an unofficial national anthem for South Africa. And everybody knows it, and we knew that people were going to dance to it tonight and, really revisit all those memories that they garnered over the years.
So is his music difficult? Or what makes it difficult, different?
Yes. So Abdullah's music is very challenging to play in the sense that it is very specific. Like his music comes from the church and the mosque and the communities, singing riches like boppies and things like that. So that's what makes it challenging to sort of maintain that integrity of that origin, those origins, of the church, the Western harmony of the church and the melismatic singing of Islam, so you have to really sort of consider all that in the music when you perform it.
For Artscape as a state theatre, it was an honor and a privilege to produce the tribute of the legend, Dr. Abdullah Ebrahim. It was all about his music, his composition, his life. But it was also a tribute that the most acclaimed musicians came to pay their respect. And what they have learned through his compositions, his music, his life has become globally known. But most of all, they did it for free. The concert was also free for the public because we want to say that his music resonates with all of us. It's the backdrop of our freedom, of our struggles during the apartheid era. As the son of District 6, as a young boy who has grown up in his granny's home, who was a pianist, came from the AND church, was a choir leader. From a young age, he has sat at her feet to listen to the hymns and also to the Guma sounds of District 6. Die Klopse. Wherever will you get such distinct sound as at the tip of Africa, Cape Town. So this was a true reflection of his life and his music. His physical body is not with us, but he left us a skatkist, an archive full of music and compositions that will be for centuries and for centuries part of the global compositions and music of the world, but especially telling the story of Cape Town through his music. So halala, hambakashli, but will never be forgotten. Dr. Abdullah Ebrahim.